Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed a Valentine's Day look for you guys, just something really cute and sweet. And speaking of sweet and cute, I had to use this palette. It was like inevitable. It has a bunch of hearts in there. And then I was doing my eye and I got a little bit in my mouth and I was like, why does it taste good though? I mean, like, ooh, this palette is so cute and apparently tastes good. So there's the thing. Anywho, if you guys want to see how I created this full face tutorial, beginning to end, let's do this. We've got Skin Refine Zone and popping that on my pores. And then I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer in Smoothing per normal. I feel super crazy because I already have my brows done and I never had my brows done before I put on makeup, but yeah, there's a long story behind it, but my brows are done and it kind of freaks me out. It's like, bam, brows, and then like no makeup. It's kind of weird. For this look, I'm going to use the new Becca foundation, the one that makes me super shiny. But I feel like for Valentine's Day, this is amazing to give you a really beautiful glow to the skin. And to be honest, if I'm going out on Valentine's Day, I'm going to put on my makeup right before I go out and then come back and be done. So I don't need it to last, 10 hours of the day. So I'm going to use this one because I think it is pretty on the skin, but you have to really shake it up. Then I'm popping this on with a beauty blender. I'm imagining like a candlelit dinner and like my skin just looking the most glowy in life. If you're not into that, don't use this foundation. Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer to highlight. And in case anybody was wondering, yep, totally took back the Makeup Forever one. I just was not happy with it at all. I don't know if it's just something to do with that particular shade, but it was Crease City. It made me look 10 times older than I am. Just was not happy with it, but everybody loves it, so I don't know. I have no idea. Go ahead and blend this out with your beauty blender. Make all the funny faces when you do it. You're not blending right if you're not making funny faces. I'm going to tone it down a notch from what I've usually been using now, which is ethereal light from Hourglass, and use diffused light instead. This is just a little less like bam in your face. Still going to be a really bright highlight, but just not as bright. Just because my skin is going to be so glowy with this foundation that I kind of want to tone this down just a tad bit. And this one is diffused light. I don't even know if I said that. Now I don't want as much coverage, so today I'm going to use the Careblend by MAC, and this is in the shade Light Plus, and I'm going to use my big old huge brush called the Pro All Over Powder Brush from Sephora. This is the number 61. Yes. Sorry guys, I got a phone call and it was kind of an important phone call, so I ran away for a second, but holy crap. I love this powder with this foundation. This is a creamier powder. It's not as much coverage. It's supposed to be comforting on the skin for dry skin types, and like so much yes. Oh, I love the way this looks. You know what? I'm going to keep with this glowy look. I went to grab my Makeup Forever bronzer and I'm like, we doing some Hourglass. So this one is a Luminous Bronze Light. I'm going to pop this on my brush, tap off a little bit, and start buffing this into my skin. And that's one of the things I love about it, is that it really buffs in so well to your skin that it just looks like your skin. Skin. I am, however, still used to using my Makeup Forever one, that this was a lot more pigmented than my Makeup Forever, which is cool. I just probably put a little too much. We'll see. I'll just be a little bronzed goddess for Valentine's Day. No big deal. Moving right along to my eyes, I'm using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm popping this all the way from the lid all the way up to the brow. Now, I've said this a million times before, but if your brow needs to be like cleaned up or anything, this conceals it so well. Brow not on fleek? Now it is. Now this just seemed too obvious. I mean, we've got Valentine's Day and we've got hearts. Ding, 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 duh, so using this palette. I'm going to start off by popping Divinity with a 239 right underneath my brow arch. I might go back and highlight this later, I might not, so I like to do this in the beginning, and it also helps to blend out that transition shade right along the edge here. Now I'm kind of going to mix Cashew Chew and Almond Truffle, these two, and pop it into my crease in transition, kind of blend it upwards, and I'm going to use a 286 for this by MAC. So I'm just dipping back and forth in between the two, and then going directly into the crease first. It's better off, especially when you don't know how the shade is going to come out when you're mixing, just start off in the crease. That way if it's too dark, it's not like way up here. So starting in the crease and then blending this upward a bit. And dragging it out, typical Mel. I want to be like, my eyes to be as big as the sky. That's a really weird comparison too, just thought about that. Back and forth and circular motions. Now I'm just gonna take Almond Truffle by itself. I'm not going to take it with the other shade. I'm going to go right into the crease just so that I'm darkening it up a little bit, but not too much. And build this up just so that we have a little bit more definition right into the crease. Now I'm going to take two other shades and blend them as well, and I'm going to take Totally Fetch and Cotton Candy and just kind of go back and forth again, just because I don't want it to be that pigmented and that pink. But I'm going to pop this starting in the outer corner here, doing little circles and then blending up into the crease about halfway. Grabbing my 239 again, and I'm going to grab Satin Sheets, this really beautiful shiny shade, that's just what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to pop this on the lid, starting at the inner corner because that's where you want the most pigmentation. And then starting to tap the excess right over where that pink was, or I guess is, because it is still there. I am also making sure that I get a bit of this on the inner corner as well. No extra product on my 286, and I'm just going to make sure that those blended together real well. And then with that same brush, I'm going to pick up Bordeaux just on the tip, and I'm going to pop that right on the outer corner. So I'm just placing it down and kind of wiggling it around because this is not going to go up into the crease at all. Now before I start on my lower lash line, I'm going to do my liner, and I grabbed this just for Valentine's Day for this tutorial. This is Junkshow Heavy Metal Liner, is that what this is? Glitter Liner by Urban Decay. If I can get it out of its box. Looks like this, super pretty. And I'm going to take this as an actual liner, and so I'm going to build it up. It's not going to be super pigmented right away. So I'm going to start off by putting a line on each of my lash lines, and then kind of letting it sit, going on to the other one and building it up. I'm going to do the wing last. So now I've got this side, the first layer of it, and you can see it's still really pretty. I'm going to do the other side and give this a sec to kind of set up so I can put another layer on top. I find that just tapping it on works better than sliding it because it puts the sparkle right where you want it. So I'm just building up both lash lines, and be very careful with this because you don't want glitters in your eyes. So I've started adding the wing. Like I said, just take your time and keep building it up and make it as thick or thin as you want it, and just stop whenever it looks how you want it to look. Now, just so you guys know, I do have a little bit of like a cooling, burning, not like burning, like ouch, but like, I don't know, a weird sensation on my eyes. It doesn't bother me, but somebody else I can see not liking it. So just a forewarning that I do feel that. And now I'm going to take the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the shade Light, and I'm going, or Chantilly, whatever it's called. I'm just going to clean up any extra fallout, not fallout, but where I blended my eyeshadow, and make it nice and crisp. And this is a MAC 252 brush. And now my camera is saying it's going to die, so let me try and finish this up real quick. I'm going to be putting, or I am putting, on some mascara, and then I'm going to pop on some lashes before I do the bottom lash line. And honestly, I'll probably have to let that charge for a few minutes and then come back. So I'm using MAC's Extended Play Gigablack, and then I am going to pop on some Kiss Lashes number 11, and then I'll be back once I get my battery situation figured out. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if the lighting changed. Like I said, I had to wait on my battery to charge. So now I've got my lashes on, and I'm going to start my lower lash line. I grabbed Almond Truffle again, and I'm using my NARS pencil brush, and I'm just popping this under the lash line. I was trying to go back and forth. Do I want to be dramatic with this, or do I want it to be softer? And I guess I chose a little softer. But if you put the bright pink underneath here to really make it pop, that would be gorgeous. And then I'm going to finish that off with a little bit of mascara, MAC's Extended Play, of course. This is my favorite bottom lash mascara in life. I use several different ones on the top lashes, but I usually would just use this one because I put on falsies all the time. For cheeks, I am going to use Piaf+Poe, if I can get this guy open, because they don't like me at all. And if you're wondering how I feel about these guys, just watch my last tutorial and you'll be able to find out. But I mean, obviously I'm using them, so there's that. I'm taking a MAC 129 and I am blending the two colors together. And I'm going to pop this on my cheeks. NARS Eda brush and the MAC Shaping Powder in Sculpt. And I'm going to use this to contour my face a little bit. And then don't worry, I'm going to go in and blend everything out so there's no harsh lines. MAC 187 and blending all this out. For this look, I'm going to use Incandescent Strobe Light from Hourglass. This has a really slight pink undertone to it, and so I'm going to pop this right on the cheekbones. I'm obsessed with these powders. I can say nothing bad about them. Like, they're amazing. I'll pop it on the bridge of my nose, just the tip, Cupid's bow, and a little right up here. Then I'm going to take my powder, my blush brush with no extra blush or anything on it, and just blend and merge those two together. For lips, I'm going to use Edge to Edge lip pencil from MAC, and then Viva Glam 2. And yes, I already have my lips primed with MAC's Prep and Prime Lip Primer. So let's do this. I feathered that in a little bit, and now I'm just going to apply the lipstick and kind of blend them together. Alright guys, that was the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little Valentine's Day tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!